Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Patricia. If you haven't seen my channel before, I encourage you to subscribe. This right here is a prom makeup tutorial, or if you're not going to prom because you're older like me, you can just wear this on a fancy night out, any special events, anything like that. I've been doing a lot of prom makeup at work because where I live, kids have been going to prom for like a month and a half now, which is weird, but that's besides the point. And so most people ask me for like a glittery, smoky eye kind of thing. So that's why I went this with this look right here. I hope I go into detail enough for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoy this makeup look. If you guys are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that red beautiful subscribe button down below, and also give my video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Let's just go ahead and jump to the tutorial.
We're starting with Too Faced Shadow Insurance and this Urban Decay brush. Just any flat synthetic brush will work. I'm going to apply the primer to my eyelids all the way from the lashes to the brows. And I chose the Modern Renaissance palette to work with today because I felt like it was a palette that a lot of people already own. I'm grabbing my Morphe E27 in the color Tempera, and I'm going to apply this as a base color all over my eyes. So again, from the lashes to the brows, inner corner to outer corner. This is going to help me diffuse any other colors that I put on top later on. With the E40 brush by Sigma, I'm grabbing Golden Ochre, and I'm placing this one on the crease and diffusing it upwards. This is going to be our transition shade for this look. I like to focus it all over the crease, and I go from inner corner to outer corner, making sure that it blends out very nicely and diffuse, so that any darker colors that we put on top of this shade are going to blend right into it. I'm going to be doing this to my left eye as well, and from now on, all the rest of the shadows, you're going to only see me apply them on one eye, so that it speeds up the video process, but you're just going to have to repeat the same step obviously on the other eye. Now I'm going to grab the color Warm Taupe with the same Sigma E40 brush, and I'm going to put it also on the outer corner of the eye and blending it into the crease. This is just going to give the eye look a little bit more dimension. It's going to give the crease a little bit more depth, and I'm also blending it into the color we applied first, but I'm not going as much inside. I'm placing it and focusing it mostly on the outer corner of the eye. Now with my Morphe M332 brush and the color Raw Sienna, I'm getting this color, which is a warmer orangey color, also into the crease. Again, I like to place a few different shades on the crease because it gives you your eye a lot more dimension. This color is also going to warm up the look. I wanted the colors to be warm and cool toned so that it would go with any outfits. In this clip, I'm kind of just making sure that both eyes are symmetric. With the M433 brush by Morphe and Cypress Umber, we are going to give this look a lot more depth. So I'm concentrating this rich dark brown color on the outer corner of my eye and blending it into the crease, kind of like only halfway. And then I'm going back with my E40 brush from Sigma, and I'm doing little circles around the perimeter of where the shadow is to make sure that all of the shadows are looking nice and blended, and all the dark colors are diffused into the lighter colors that we placed first. Next, I'm going to grab my Lock-It Concealer by Kat Von D and this very little synthetic lip brush by Sephora, and I'm going to cut the front of the eye, kind of clean out the shadow there that is blended down. I wanted to have a little bit more defined of an eyeshadow look up at the front, so I'm getting the concealer and making sure that I clean up all of the eyelid area. My reasoning behind it is I want the shimmery shade that I'm going to place on my eyelid to look more vibrant and more and like stay longer. So when you do concealer to clean up the front, this is what happens. The shadow is going to look a little bit more intense, and it's going to attach to the creamy concealer texture, so it's going to last a lot longer too. So that's why I am doing this extra step. Also, I find that whenever I do this and I take this extra step, I end up with larger looking eyes, and I love it. With the Sephora Collection number 15 shadow brush and the color Primavera from the palette, I'm going to set the concealer and just place that color all over the lid. This is a beautiful, beautiful, like light gold shimmery shade, and I'm obsessed with it. And then I filled my eyebrows. If you want to see how I do that, I do have a video that I will link right here. Right now I'm just putting the clear brow gel on, but just go watch the video if you want to learn. Now I'm grabbing my Stila glitter in smoldering satin, and I'm going to place it with the applicator on top of the shadow. I am putting it very close to that line that we drew earlier and just filling it all in. I am leaving it 2/3 of the eye in, and then we are going to blend the dark shadow into the glitter so that it looks like a smoother transition, because it was looking very, very harsh. So to do this, I use the brush and I go back and forth. I make very, very ugly faces, and I at some points too grab a little bit more shadow and add it on. Now with the wipe, I'm cleaning up any fallout that I might have had underneath my eyes, and I'm also defining the outer corners of the eyes in case I went a little bit overboard with the blending. Here I'm grabbing the color Vermeer and the Sephora Collection number 15 brush and popping it into the inner corners. Now with the number 18, I'm going back to the color Tempera and I'm putting it right underneath that brow. And onto complexion, guys. I'm grabbing my Coconut Skin Smoothie Primer by First Aid Beauty, and I'm putting this one all over my face. This gives your face a very pretty glow, and it's nice and hydrating. Next, I'm grabbing my Optical Illusion Smoothing Primer by Urban Decay, and I'm placing this one wherever I see that I have pores, so that it's my cheeks, my nose, my forehead, and my chin. Basically, your T-zone. Now we are grabbing our favorite foundation, and I'm just going to get my beauty blender and blend this foundation all the way in. I would say for special events, definitely go with something that is medium to full coverage and that you know lasts on you for a while. The particular one that I grabbed was a Guerlain medium coverage foundation, but depending on your skin type, you just go with whatever you think is best for you. Here I'm grabbing my Guerlain highlighting concealer pen, and I'm going to start highlighting my face with this one. So I start drawing it from the inner corner of my eyes and thenwards. I went very heavy-handed on this first eye, and unfortunately I also happened to go get all the way to the end of this one here. So I realized that this eye was not getting much product, and I started going back to the first eye, grabbing product from there and kind of distributing the product as best as I could. I also tried to spread the product to my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin the best I could. Again, I realized I needed a little bit more product and I wasn't getting anything else out of this pen. So I went ahead and grabbed my Lock-It Concealer by Kat Von D. The color that I use on this one is L5, and I normally don't use it by itself under my eyes because I have very dry skin and it doesn't work, but I figured on top of something softer it would, and it did. So I was very happy that this actually turned out good. I'm grabbing my beauty blender and I'm just bouncing that one all over my face, making sure that everything looks nice and blended, and making sure that I have enough coverage under my eyes as well. Beauty blender is magical. It can make anything blend. This is why everyone loves this product so much, and it does it very easily. I still haven't found anything that will compare to it. I have a video on another sponge from the drugstore that is kind of similar and helpful, but nothing is as good as a beauty blender, I promise. I realized that I needed a color corrector and I had forgotten to do it underneath the concealer, so I went ahead and did it on top, blended it in, and then applied a little bit more concealer just to that part. My under eyes do not look the same unless I do corrector. It is an essential step in my makeup routine because it hides the bags under my eyes so well. It really makes a world of a difference to use a color corrector underneath your eye. Next, we're going to grab our RCMA powder or any translucent powder you have at home, and I like to just pack it on with a beauty blender underneath the eyes to really set those creams in place so that they don't move at all. And here I'm grabbing my Tarte Pro Glow Kit and my Morphe contouring brush. I forgot the name of this brush, but I will have it linked down below in the description as always. And I'm just starting to contour my face a little bit, so I go with the contour shade right underneath my cheekbones and blend it upwards, and then I of course do my temples and my whole forehead because it's huge and we gotta hide it. And then I proceed to also make some extra ugly faces and blend this underneath my chin as well. And do not forget to go down the sides of your neck too, because we don't want to look like we have a floating bronze head. We want to be all bronzed, so the sides of the neck are important too. Alright, and we are not forgetting the nose. We are grabbing a eye blending brush. This one's from Morphe, and I'm getting that bronze contour color, and I'm putting it on the sides of my nose, the tip of my nose, and also on the sides of the nostrils a little bit to make that nose look a little bit more defined, less crooked, slimmer. And time to take the bakage off. I'm grabbing this fluffy brush from Sephora collection, and I'm just going and taking my powder off from underneath my eyes, and then I'm grabbing my beauty blender and I'm placing it underneath the contour to make it look more defined. Here I grabbed a Sigma brush and I've mixed the colors Raw Sienna and Warm Taupe and distributed them with this brush all over the underside of my eyes, blending it into the outer corner of the top of the eye. Then with this very small pencil brush, I'm adding Raw Sienna to the outer corner. I'm touching up the inner corner with the same shade we had there before, and I'm grabbing this Marc Jacobs black eyeliner and putting it in the waterline of my eye, and also I'm tightlining the outer corner of the top of the eye. Next roller lash from Benefit is my mascara of choice for today. Now my camera died and you didn't see how I took off the baking, but I'm just acting it for you guys. And you didn't see how I applied the blush, but I applied this blush from Sephora collection. It'll be linked down below, and I'm reenacting how I applied it as well. I'm grabbing the color Forever Young from my Anastasia Nicole Guerrero palette and the highlighting brush from Sephora collection, and I am applying this highlighter to the tops of my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, the tip of my nose. And now I'm grabbing the Sephora collection lip color that I love, and I'm applying it on my lips. It turned out to be a little bit more nude that I wanted for this look specifically, so I decided to get Pure Hollywood by Anastasia and apply it over top of it. And I really like the change that it made. It looked like very nude as well, which I wanted because I wanted all the attention to be on the eyes, but it gave it a little bit of a peachy vibe. And the last step, guys, is going to be to apply this Marc Jacobs lip gloss to just the center of the lip for a little bit of a pop.
Alright guys, so that is it for this makeup tutorial. This is how I think I would do my makeup now if I were going to prom. I love the glittery eyes, and anyone who comes to the store and asks and is going to prom always wants to focus on the eyes. So that's why I did this for you. I used the Modern Renaissance palette because I think that is a palette that a lot of people have, so maybe you don't have to go to the store and buy something new yet. If you don't have it, it's definitely a great palette, so I encourage you to go and have it. You don't have to add the glitter. I added it because I think I would wear it if I was going to prom, but if you don't want to, you don't have to add it, or you can use any other glitter that you find. So anyways, thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in the next one. Bye!